Doing it alone is hard. Doing it broke is harder. Doing it tired feels impossible. But doing nothing, that's what really breaks you. This isn't a story about comfort. This is for the person who's been fighting battles nobody sees. You wake up with a heavy mind, no energy, and no backup. There's no one clapping for you, no one checking in, no one fixing anything. And yet, you keep showing up, quietly, painfully, and still moving. This message is for you, because life doesn't slow down when you're broke, responsibilities don't stop when you're drained, and success doesn't wait until you feel ready. You don't need perfect circumstances. You don't need people to understand. You need to decide. This is where it changes, not when you're supported, not when you're rich, not when you're rested, but now, alone, broke, and tired. And yes, you're still going to do it. Chapter 1. Stand alone and prove you can rebuild from nothing. You know, there comes a time in every person's life when they're faced with a choice. Either stay broken and blame everything around them, or stand up, alone if necessary, and start rebuilding from nothing. It's not a comfortable truth, but it's a real one. Most people wait for the perfect moment, the perfect support, or the perfect chance, but those moments rarely show up. Life doesn't always give you help. Sometimes all it gives you is pain, exhaustion, and silence. That's when you discover what you're truly made of. When you stand alone, you find out who you really are. You realize what strength actually feels like, not the kind that's loud or dramatic, but the kind that grows in quiet rooms when you're tired and no one's clapping for you. Most people don't rebuild their lives because they expect company on the journey. They expect someone to check on them, to push them, to make it easier. But life doesn't promise support. The real change begins when you stop expecting and start doing, when you tell yourself, even if no one shows up for me, I'll still show up for myself. Standing alone isn't punishment, it's preparation. When you've got nothing and no one to rely on, that's when you start seeing life with clear eyes. You stop pretending. You stop making excuses. You stop waiting for motivation. You realize that no one is coming to hand you a new start. You've got to build it with your own hands, even when those hands are shaking. When you're broke, your mind plays tricks on you. It tells you you're finished. It whispers that you've failed too many times, that you're too far behind, that everyone else is ahead. But that's a lie. Being broke isn't the end, it's the test. It's the ground where you plant the seed of resilience. When you're broke, you have two choices: complain about it or learn something from it. You learn how to manage your time, your focus, your energy, because those are the things you still control. Standing alone doesn't mean shutting people out. It means standing firm in who you are, even when no one understands your path. It means doing the work when the room is empty. It means showing up early, staying late, pushing through doubt, and reminding yourself that progress doesn't need an audience, it only needs your effort. Every person who ever built something great started from the same place alone, uncertain, afraid. They just decided not to quit. You may not have money right now. You may not have resources. You may not even have energy some days. But what you still have is choice. You can choose to take one step forward, even when it feels pointless. You can choose to give one more hour, one more try, one more attempt. You don't rebuild your life overnight. You rebuild it piece by piece. You fix one small thing at a time: your habits, your mindset, your self-respect. That's where real change starts. You can lose everything, but if you don't lose your drive to keep going, you haven't lost at all. There's power in starting from zero. When you've got nothing, you've got nothing to protect. That means you can take risks. You can try, fail, learn, and try again. When you have nothing, you start learning what really matters. You start valuing effort over comfort. You stop chasing approval. You begin to focus on growth. That's when life starts turning around. Standing alone will test your emotions. There will be nights when your thoughts won't let you sleep. There will be mornings when you'll wake up tired from fighting battles no one sees. But those moments, as painful as they are, shape you into someone unbreakable. Every tear you wipe alone builds your emotional muscle. Every disappointment strengthens your patience. Every hard day you survive adds to your wisdom. You can't grow stronger without pressure. You can't rebuild your mind without challenge. The world rewards those who stay standing when it's easier to fall. It doesn't matter how many people doubt you. It doesn't matter who left. What matters is that you didn't leave yourself behind. When you rebuild from nothing, you stop needing permission. You start trusting your instincts. You stop asking, "How long will this take?" and start asking, "How far can I go?" The work becomes your therapy. Every task you finish becomes a small victory. You start earning respect from the only person who truly matters, yourself. And once you prove to yourself that you can rebuild, that you can push forward without support, something changes inside you. You become confident, not because someone told you you're great, but because you've seen yourself survive the worst and still move forward. That kind of confidence doesn't fade, it stays. It guides you through every next storm. If you're broke right now, it's okay. If you're tired, it's okay. If you're alone, it's okay. None of these things mean you're done. They mean you're being prepared. Life strips away comfort before it gives you clarity. You're not being punished, you're being positioned for strength. The pain you feel right now is not a signal to quit. It's a signal that you're growing past what you used to be. Rebuilding from nothing requires patience. You'll feel like progress is slow. You'll wonder if it's even worth it. But if you can keep moving, no matter how small the steps, you'll start to see change. Because the truth is, consistency beats talent every time. You don't need to be special to rebuild your life. You just need to be consistent. Wake up tomorrow and do something that moves you closer to stability, no matter how small. Organize your space, write down your goals, work on your craft, study something new, move your body. Every small action is a brick. One brick won't build the house, but daily effort will. And remember, standing alone doesn't mean being isolated forever. It means you're strong enough to stand on your own so that when you do meet the right people, you can stand beside them, not lean on them. You'll know your worth because you earned it through effort, not words. You'll bring value, not neediness. People often ask, "How do I stay motivated when I'm alone?" The truth is, motivation won't always be there. You have to build discipline when motivation disappears. You do it because it needs to be done, not because you feel like it. The best feeling in the world isn't comfort, it's self-respect. And you build that by keeping your word to yourself, even when it's hard. One day, you'll look back and realize that the moments when you felt most alone were the moments that made you. You'll remember how broke you were, how tired you were, how many nights you doubted yourself, and you'll smile because you didn't quit. You'll see that those lonely days were the foundation of your new life. You'll see that being alone wasn't the end, it was the beginning. You're not behind. You're not too late. You're just in the middle of the building phase. You're building strength, character, and discipline. You're building the version of yourself that doesn't collapse under pressure. Every time you get up when you don't want to, you're proving to yourself that you can handle more than you thought. So if you're standing alone today, don't curse it. Use it. Make it your training ground. Make it the season where you learn self-trust, patience, and grit. Build your habits like armor. Take control of what you can, your thoughts, your actions, your focus. Stop saying you need more time or more help. What you need is belief in your own effort. Rebuilding from nothing is hard. It's not supposed to be easy, but it's also not impossible. Many have done it before you, and you can do it too. You'll cry some days. You'll doubt yourself. You'll feel invisible. But if you keep doing the work, life will start responding. Opportunities will appear. Confidence will grow. You'll find your rhythm again. You have what it takes, not because someone said so, but because you've already survived things most people couldn't handle. You've already proven that you can keep walking through darkness. Now it's time to build with that strength. Build your focus, your finances, your health, your purpose. Do it not for approval, but for peace. When you stand alone and rebuild from nothing, you stop chasing the world and start mastering yourself. And that's when real success begins, not when you get everything you want, but when you become everything you were meant to be. You're not broken beyond repair. You're just rebuilding into something unshakable. Stand up. Take the first step. Start today, because the longer you wait for help, the longer you delay your own power. You've got enough inside you to rise again. You don't need perfect conditions to begin. You just need a decision, a simple, powerful decision to stand alone and prove to yourself first that you can rebuild from nothing. And when you do, the rest of the world will see what strength really looks like. Chapter 2. Face your struggle head-on until it stops breaking you. Struggle is not a signal to stop. It's a sign that you are in motion. Every person who has ever changed their life has faced moments where everything felt too heavy to carry. That's when life asks you one question: will you face your struggle, or will you run from it? The truth is, running never makes it easier. What you avoid grows stronger, and what you face starts to lose its power. When you face your struggle head-on, you stop letting it control your thoughts. You stop living in reaction to pain. You begin to respond with purpose. Most people spend years fighting the idea that life is unfair, that things shouldn't be this hard, that someone else should make it easier. But the moment you stop arguing with reality, you begin to grow. You start saying, "This is hard, but I can handle hard." That simple shift changes everything. Struggle can break you if you see it as punishment. It can also build you if you see it as practice. The difference lies in your attitude. You can spend your days complaining about what's wrong, or you can decide to face what hurts and learn from it. Every time you face something difficult instead of hiding from it, your mind gets sharper. Your emotional strength deepens. You start to notice that the pain doesn't last as long as it used to. You stop reacting to every problem and start solving it. Facing your struggle doesn't mean you have to like it. It means you stop pretending it isn't there. It means you stop lying to yourself about how bad things feel. It means you sit with your frustration and tell yourself the truth: you're not okay right now, but you're not giving up either. That honesty is power. It's how healing begins. When you face your pain directly, you begin to understand it. You see the patterns. You see the habits that keep you stuck. You realize that the struggle isn't random. It's showing you something about yourself. Maybe it's revealing where you lack discipline. Maybe it's showing where you've avoided responsibility. Maybe it's exposing what you've been afraid to admit. When you face it, you learn from it. When you hide, you repeat it. Life will never stop testing you. The struggle doesn't end, it evolves. But what changes is your capacity to handle it. When you